is another Tuneday, and we are going Gaga for Gaga, of course. We are joined by Judd from Kiss 98.5 to talk about Lady Gaga's new album, Art Pop. So the Mother Monster is out with another...
Finally out.
As soon as you said it, it popped up behind us. That was beautiful. Rob, great timing back there in the control room.
So
and I love the art on this, too. I have to say, I love the cover art for this.
So this has been hugely anticipated right now.
Yes.
You know, people have been thinking about it for a while. We've heard Applause. We've heard some of her other songs. What can we expect from this album? What have you heard so far?
If you liked the last album, you're going to hate this one. Basically, this is a very different Lady Gaga. Not necessarily back to where she began, but a little bit in between. Of course, when she recorded most of this, she was recovering from her hip problem that she had, and there's been a lot of chat that this was recorded while doing some interesting pain-relieving methods that may have influenced a little bit of the sound of this, but still all of her little monsters very excited to have new Gaga music and lots of good stuff. I mean, Applause for playing on the radio. She's got a brand new single with R. Kelly of all people, which we've talked before on Tuesday. So very interesting Gaga, many singles I'm sure to come.
Now, you know, everyone sort of looks at her to be a little revolutionary in the music industry.
You can say that from the cover.
Is that happening with this album? Are we hearing new things that we haven't heard in music before?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are kind of understanding that it is a little bit different sounding. Maybe that's why people don't love it right off the bat, because it is really not anything that people are used to. So it's, I guess, time to see if people are accepting of the new sound or if they want the old Gaga back.
Well, she had a huge party to celebrate this release. She had it was called the Art Rave. It took place in the Brooklyn Navy Yard, and we have some sound of her explaining her vision, so let's listen to it.
We wanted you to enjoy something beautiful with us and know that there are some people in the world, a group of people, that care very much about your ideas, care very much about your vision, and we would like for your ideas with us today to take flight.
And she's always dressing to impress, of course. This time she was literally taking flight because she was wearing that flying dress, John. Did you see this?
Well, Gaga had 6 outfit changes during the whole party. This probably the biggest one because it's a dress that flies. She's strapped into, I don't know, 6 fans on there, let her hover around. That's why it had to be in the Navy Yard, I'm sure. But she also wore a dress that was completely carved out of plastic. She wore an inflatable dress that made her look like a skinny Michelin man. So she had lots of different outfits throughout the party, and I mean, no meat dress. I was kind of expecting it to be jerkied by now, but
that's actually how I got to work today. I wore my hover dress. It was slow going,
but I flick on the rows, you could just hover right on over. Perfect. Right. Do you think she's even having fun with this stuff anymore? I mean, when she wore the meat dress, I think she was rocking it. At this point, she's just like, oh gosh, I'm flying around this dress.
It's gotta be. I mean, no one else has worn a thing. And by the way, Gaga, the whole hover dress thing, she's going to be the first artist ever to perform in space. She announced at the party too. So taking it sky high up to space. I think it's a month after the first commercial flight goes up. She's going to go and she's going to perform. We'll see what that's like.
Make fun of that. I think that sounds pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but we want to go from one artist we love to another one, of course, that was just here in Buffalo. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis had their concert. And from what I gather on social media, it was a party to end all parties.
Yeah, we've had a lot of great concerts come through Buffalo this year. Bieber and Rihanna and Carrie Underwood and a bunch of other good ones. This one was different from all the other ones because there was no super show. There was no flying video screens. There was no him flying through the air. It was a stage. Yeah, they had lots of confetti, more confetti than I know what to do with. But it was him and his songs. There was no other ancillary stuff kind of distracting. And the biggest thing that I liked about it is he spent a lot of time connecting with the audience and making it feel like a very small venue and talking to them, explaining when he wrote this song, what he was going through, and then going into the song. Super talented, too.
We have a picture of him wearing a Sabres jersey.
Yeah, Sabres and Bills he rocked.
Yeah, producer Bridget Schaefer texted me. We were saying, Judd, you know it's a good show when you're not there, but your friends who are there are texting you. They're not just tweeting, they're actually texting you to tell you what you're missing. And she texted me, Macklemore just came out in a Bills jersey.
And Ed Sheeran came out too, which was a really surprise that he was not announced. Nobody had any idea, and he just waltzed out to sing part of Same Love,
and
which is really cool.
Huge,
and he left,
but
I hear that he came on for Same Love. He left for the rest of the show. He came back at the end, and
stage dived, and that was it.
Sort of like no explanation, no real reason.
There was really nothing to it, and nobody really knows why he was still here. He did 2 sold-out days at MSG last weekend. Okay. So no one really knows why he's still in New York, but hey. hey, he was here. We had him at Christmas Bash last year. Maybe he just liked Buffalo so much that he wanted to come back.
He's just got an eye on what's coming to the First Tiger Center. He's like, I'm dying to get back there.
Gotta get back to see Macklemore.
Get myself there. All right, Judd, thanks for being here today. Can't wait to see you again next Tuesday. And of course, listen all week, weekday afternoons on Kiss 98.5.
Christmas Bash tickets all week.
All week long, baby. It's coming up soon, right? We're about
1 month from today.
1 month from today. All right, and we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we'll be